Hello. I'm back on the farm, so baby has not come yet, and there's just stuff that needs to get done on the homestead. So I'm home again, not in the city right now, and it is going to be down to -40 tonight with the wind chill where I live. So that's really cold, and I needed to come home, make sure all the animals are secure. I know that they were fed. A neighbor's been helping with that. However, I really needed to make sure all the puppies are safe and everybody is happy for the cold weather. They have enough bedding. So got home and did that. And now just prioritizing what needs to be done. Baby seems to be refusing to make his appearance quite yet, and that's fine. So we'll get more done between now and then. One thing that needs to be done right away is I need to go and pick up some more feed for the sheep. They need another bale of hay. And the way that I do that is I get a lovely old Polish farmer who I buy my hay from. He loads it up with the tractor into the back of my truck, and then I drive it home and offload it. So in the morning I'm going to show you how I do that in my redneck way, and then the sheep will be happy again for a couple of weeks. And I'm going to give a tour of the tiny house in the morning. I'm nervous about this. I've rarely done tours. None of them have been public. I've done tours on Facebook by video for family and friends last year, but it's been a while. So I'm going to show you kind of what the tiny house looks like right now. You can see a little bit of a sneak peek of what part of it looks like behind me. So that'll be fantastic. Are you excited? I'm nervous. We'll see how it goes. Hello, good morning. So it was really cold last night. It was about -30 with the wind chill where I am. So it was a little bit colder in the house this morning. I had the furnace going and I had it set to 20. I don't want to waste fuel right now because it is going to get colder, and so I didn't want to crank up the furnace just for me in the house. Like, does it make sense? I'm used to sleeping in the cold at this point. I did it all last winter. So it was +6 in the house when I woke up, which is okay. I only got up to feed the fire once, mainly because I was really tired. And I thought I had slept in. Sometimes when it's cold, I sleep longer, and I thought maybe I had slept in because it was really bright out when I woke up. And I was panicking because I really needed to get hay today for the sheep. And Steve, who I get hay from, he only has the tractor running until 11. So I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but I did. I didn't sleep in as long as I thought I had. And so I've gone over to Steve's and loaded up a bale of hay. So Steve has all kinds of equipment. He's a longtime farmer in this area, and he loads up the round bales, which are 12-ish 100 pounds. They're quite large, and he loads them up into the box of my truck. Now, that could be really bad for one's truck, and is. It's a lot of weight to put in the box. I only have a 1/2 ton. I used to have a 1 ton. And I tend to push my truck a little bit too hard. But one of the things that I have to do so that I don't split the box of the truck, so the truck box has sides on it, and these bales are wider than the truck box. And they're rounded, so he puts them in on their side. So if you were standing at the back of the truck, you see the big circle. So what I have to do is I have to put a tire rim, a great big tire rim, down in the truck box, which lifts the bale up higher. And then it doesn't split the sides of the box. And then I have to strap it down to the box of the truck. So that's how it is right now. This is how I pick up bales usually. I was borrowing a friend's trailer for a while, and I was able to pick up 3 bales at a time, which was wonderful. Offloading them was more difficult in that case though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive right into the sheep's pen. I'll put them in the side pen where Mina and her puppies are, and that'll probably stress Mina out, so I'll close it in so that her and the puppies are in the shelter and the sheep aren't. And I'll close the sheep in there so that there's no sheep trying to jump up into the box of the truck to eat the hay while I'm unloading it. I've never squished a sheep before, even when I haven't had them in a side pen while I'm unloading. But because I'm by myself, I can't watch the back of the truck to make sure nothing's underneath when the bale comes off. So I'll put them to the side, and then what I do is I take a big strap. I have the, I don't know how many 100-pound ratchet straps, and I go around the end of the bale, and then I back up to a tree and strap it to a tree and drive away. And I can usually get it so that it falls in the right way. Sometimes I can't, and then I have to tip the bale up, again using a ratchet strap in the truck. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be able to show you a little bit of what that looks like when I'm getting a bale off of the box of the truck. But I'm going to be driving the truck when it happens, so I won't be able to show you from the perspective of what's happening to the bale. But I'll get out a few times to adjust and to make sure things are good before I drive away, and then bale drops. So that'll be a little redneck tutorial for everyone, and then I'm going to go into the house and clean up. I need to make some moccasins today. I make and sell moccasins for extra money in the winter. So I've got a pair to complete today, and then clean up the house and give you guys a tour of my house. And my intention later tonight is to paint. So I'm washing the paint brushes and the tray to get that done this morning too. So hopefully I have time to do all of it. Hopefully things go smoothly and there's no major hiccups. I've gone through this process of unloading hay every week for 4 years almost, so it's down pretty well at this point. Even flipping bales, if it doesn't land the right way, I know just how to put the strap on to get it to flip, rather than just pulling it around the yard. So that's my day today, and I'll share what I can. Okay, I'm all dolled up, overalls and all, and I'm in the sheep pen. So you can kind of see there's a fence along the perimeter there, and I've got the sheep put aside in a pen over there, and I've positioned myself so there's the bale, and you can see there's the tire underneath the bale to keep it up, so that it doesn't damage the sides of the box of the truck. So what I do is I back up to that tree, and I'm going to strap the bale to the tree. I'm going to back up some more, and I'm going to use this ratchet strap to attach the bale to the tree, and then as I drive away, the bale will drop into the spot that I want it. I'll drive out of the pen, and then I'll come in and cut all the strings, let the sheep out of where they are, and everybody's happy for like a week and a half. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I can't videotape as I'm doing it, but I'll show you the next step. Okay, so you can see the strap is up there. It's pretty high on the bale. You don't want it to be below the center of the bale, or else it'll pull it off sideways and it'll land exactly as it is right now, which is less than ideal for feeding them. So this way, the goal is to tip it off the truck. So I've got the bale with a strap on it, and then it's strapped to the tree. Now I'm going to drive away. And so the idea is I drive until I can feel the tension on the strap and just let it teeter there a little bit. I might even pull it back off the box just a little bit so that it's dangling, and then I want to gun it and then it'll tip off. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully it works out. It usually does, not always. Sometimes I have to adjust things. We'll see. Obviously I jinxed it. Why wouldn't I have jinxed it? So you'll see it actually flipped off like it should, and then it flipped a second time. Apparently I drove too fast. So it's on its side, and it can't stay on its side. So I have the strap here along the bale again, and the goal is to be low on the far side, the side that's away from the truck, and then high right before the truck. So you can see I've come up a little bit higher. I'm even gonna put those a bit higher. And then I again have it strapped to the hitch. Now I'm gonna drive away and it's going to lift it up, hopefully. It worked, as it should have. So now the bale is standing up exactly as I want it. So I'll collect my straps, put them in the truck so they don't freeze up. And I'm gonna cut the strings off of the bale and get the truck out of the pen and let the sheep eat. They'll be happy. And we love happy sheep. Sometimes the straps get stuck under the bale, but this time they were actually really decent. All easy to get out. So we'll go and cut the strings and I'll show you some very happy sheep. Let's see if I've got a pocket knife on me. I do. Always carry your farm knife around. It's like the most used tool. It's my pocket knife. It's a multi-tool though, so it has screwdriver ends on it and a little saw blade, knife part of course, pliers. It's so handy. Okay, so cut the strings. I'm going to pull them off. We have to pull those off. The sheep will eat them and they get caught up in their stomachs. And that's a slow, horrible way for a ruminant animal to die. And they do die when they eat plastic products. It gets all stuck up in their stomach and it's absolutely horrible. So I make sure to pull all of these strings out of the pen every time I bring a bale in. Now this baling twine, it's not the kind that decomposes. It's pretty durable, and because of that it can be used for so many things, so I don't toss it. In fact, I've even made kitchen scrubbies for the dishes. I've knit them with this stuff. It works really good. I'll show you one in the house. And I like the color because it's blue rather than orange, which is a color I'm not all that fond of. So I try to keep the best pieces of baling twine and knit things out of it. You can even weave them into harnesses for animals. I have a pattern for that. I haven't tried it though. I've seen people make dog leashes out of them too, because they're just so strong. Now, my dogs are farm dogs. They're not on leashes very often at all. And they would just chew them up. They're not fond of being on rope. So if my dogs are ever on a leash, it's generally a chain, or it wouldn't stay on. Okay, now I'm all tangled up. Okay, there we go. So normally, this is easier for me to do. 9 months pregnant. Whew, it's hard. I'm breathing heavy. Okay, so the bale's ready for the sheep. I'm gonna get out of the pen and go let them out. Okay, the truck's out. I'm gonna close up the gate. Chances are they would just run to the bale, but I don't want to have to chase sheep back into the pen. So I'm gonna close the gate first. And then we'll go let them out. Watch out, cat. We have 2 farm cats, and they're lovely cats. They're rather well behaved for farm cats. I don't like cats that much. These are pretty good cats. They're my daughter's cats, though. They got them for Christmas last year, so they're semi-pets. Okay, they're quite cuddly. You can see one of them right there. He's pretty sweet. Okay, so the more you crowd, the harder it'll be to get out, everyone. Single file works best. They don't listen. But they're excited. And I've got happy sheep again. So that's wonderful. Now, feeding this way, it makes a mess. You'll notice on the ground there from the previous bale, there's a lot of wasted hay. I don't usually feed this way in the winter. I like to fork their hay, and I have these hay feeders for them that work great. But I can't right now. I'm just not physically capable of that level of work at this size. So hopefully I'm going to be able to resume feeding that way pretty soon. But for now, we're bale feeding. Okay. Just make sure nobody gets crowded at the bale. We've got one older girl who just got knocked over, so I picked her up. I don't think she'll lamb this year. She's quite old, and she was sick over the summer, so I don't think she would have been bred at all. And that's probably best. She's still regaining her strength from the summer, so that's okay. I like her. She's really friendly. She loves face scratches. All my sheep do, really, but especially her. So we will pardon the fertility concerns. Hi, Mina. Mina is in the sheep lambing shelter with her puppies right now. And I just fed her. So her tail is wagging. But I am going to close the gate to her pen and let her out from the shelter. I had her in there with the puppies blocked off so she couldn't get out, so that the sheep didn't try to get in with her and her puppies, because she would be very protective of her pups. Although the sheep are not intending any harm to her puppies, she wouldn't see it that way. So she's in the shelter, or she's out of the shelter now. And I'm gonna mosey on out, waddle my pregnant butt out of the pen, and go feed the ducks and the geese. And I'm done outside. I'll actually be back to give the puppies some more food later and some more water, but that's my chores for the day. We don't have pigs right now. I'll get pigs in probably a couple months again. We don't have chickens right now, and I'll get chickens once the chicken coop's built. So that's it. I'm headed inside.